The death of sneaker culture was the best thing that could have ever happened. I don't know if you noticed, but the shoe game has become way more interesting again. It's not about the most expensive or the most exclusive. Like, people put way more creativity and style into footwear right now, and that all happened because the toxic sneaker market took a plunge. For a bit of context, the sneaker culture, which you probably know from around the 2020-2019 mark, obviously didn't start there. Sneakers have been around for a long time. I mean, 1985 Air Jordan 1 release obviously is a staple. But also a sneaker hype, waiting in a line to go to get a pair, is not something that birthed in the late 2010 decade. The Pigeon Dunk release in New York, obviously infamous because people died and everything, but it's not that back in the day it was unfathomable that somebody would actually wait for hours in the line to be able to buy the sneaker. You still pay money for it, but you have to wait to actually even have the chance to buy it, which a lot of people don't even realize. For them doesn't make any sense, but it's been around for decades now. Back then it was pretty niche. I mean, resale prices, the resale market did exist back in the day as well, but it was way more niche and it wasn't displayed as much on social media. You had a pair of sneakers on, you felt it, you were happy to have them, and maybe somebody, if you know, but it not that big of an importance was put on it anyway. That then kind of exploded. I mean, the 10 collection, Virgil Abloh with Nike, or Yeezy 350s, the Turtle Doves. I mean, for me, biggest grail ever. I still love them. I'm never going to give them away. Doesn't matter how much they cost, even though, well, prices is going down. Nobody really cares anymore. No, you know what? That's a lie. The broad audience doesn't care anymore because it's not about flexing these anymore. This is actually for the ones who enjoy them, which I'm actually happy prices go down so I can buy the last colorway that I'm missing. So again, this time the actual audience that is meant to enjoy them is being reached, and not everybody trying to be something they're not or making money off of something. The sneaker culture was kind of like a, look, I have the money to pay for them and I had the ability to get them from somewhere, even though through botting and people buying 40 pairs, accessibility wasn't really the problem anymore. Accessibility for the retail price was the problem. People were making crazy money off of drops. You had to pay 3, 4, 5 times the retail value just to buy them, because getting them was basically impossible because of bots and people paying off people in line so they could invest. Also, there was a time called logo mania when everybody thought they had to wear Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Dior, whatever. All the big brands, expensive, with a big logo on it. And then people also started buying sneakers of them, like Balenciaga Triple S, the Dior B23 and so on. But these weren't really exclusive anymore. They were just exclusive to the people that could afford them, not the ones that actually knew the lore, knew the niche, or put in the time or physical work or whatever, the research to be able to find out about it. So it was only social media people who have a lot of money buying them, flexing, and then the poor people, I'm not saying the poor people, but the people that don't just spend 800 euros on a pair of shoes, them trying to follow up and spending basically the entirety of their money just on designer sneakers is, for me, it still doesn't make any sense why anyone would do it, but apparently it was a thing basically. Obviously brands like Nike knew their Nike SBs, whatever, were selling their Air Jordan 1s colorways. I mean, there is millions of colorways now, absolutely overproduced, resale value plunged, didn't even sell out anymore, and the whole culture just kind of died with it. Also, the brands didn't need to innovate. I mean, why would Nike innovate anything if putting out a Jordan 1 in this and that colorway, calling it this, would not make them so much money? It was, from a business point of view, it just made sense. It kind of killed the culture, but financially it made sense. And the whole thing just kind of lost its spark, and then nobody really wanted to buy these. Sneakers went down. And we kind of find ourselves at a weird point in fashion. And then the trend came, anything but a sneaker. So people were not buying sneakers anymore because it was so oversaturated. It wasn't anything special anymore. They just gravitated towards something else. And what's different than a sneaker? Well, you have derbies, you have loafers, you have sandals, you have slippers, you have slides, whatever. People were experimenting. For the first time in years, people were actually experimenting with footwear and not buying the most hyped Travis Scott colorway there was now. A good turning point in the whole footwear scene. Back in the day, you know, flipping sneakers was it was easy money in the beginning. I mean, I remember having Nike the 10 Grim Reaper. I bought these for 130 euros and sold them the same day for like 600. So I made nearly 500 euros just going to just going to a store and buying it. I also flipped a few Yeezys and Purple Lobster Dunks, Panda Dunks. I mean, I was happy about it. I mean, I made a few hundred euros like a few times a month. It was calm. But I have to admit I was part of the problem. So not really my proudest thing ever. But yeah, now I know better. Now you have Nike, Jordan, whatever, Adidas, find themselves at a point where, okay, our old silhouettes that everybody loved and everybody stood in line for doesn't really attract that many people anymore. Obviously, they need to innovate. Finally, the sneaker market had to die for the brands having the need to innovate again. So now they're trying out new fabrics, they're trying out new silhouettes, they're trying out actually putting a meaning into a shoe. So even if the silhouette, you know, is old, they actually found a way to have a brand identity or just an identity for a shoe itself to come out again and make people want to buy them, make people want to wear them and express what they actually mean. I mean, so many great ideas birthed from that need of innovation. You have the Junior Watanabe New Balances, a hybrid sneaker loafer, cool. You have brands experimenting with fabrics, see-through shoes, anything. You have the Mischief Big Red Boots, which it is so ironic. The whole Mischief team just knows exactly what's going on. It knows how to ironically make fun of everything that is going on and then still make money off it because so many people bought these red boots. Why? And nobody wore these red boots. They only wore it on social media or tried to resell. Nothing in between. They didn't mean anything. They were just the symbol of consumerism and attention and no culture, no meaning behind it. So now, where do we find ourselves? We find ourselves in a time where meaning came back, innovation came back, new things are going. And also, the way you wear your stuff, the way it looks, the way it's paired with whatever you have, the way you express the shoe through how you wear it is coming back. This is now what distinguishes yourself from others. A few years ago, it was money and just the connections of getting your hand onto those sneakers. Now it's, oh, this guy is cool, he wears this with that, he has the confidence to wear this type of shoe. This is now back and it is exciting. I mean, you can see the grin on my face. It finally something's happening. So Nike and consumerism and social media absolutely ruining the fuck out of these old silhouettes was the best thing that could ever happen, because we now find ourselves in that place that I just talked about. Hopefully we don't find ourselves in a cycle of this coming back, which a lot of times in fashion, you know, vintage, now this is cool, this goes back in style, oh, skinny jeans are coming back, whatever. But I hope that not just the brands itself, but the whole community in fashion learn from their mistakes and doesn't let something happen again that just the money and the status is what is important now. So I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm pretty sure the shoe game is going in a very good direction, and I can't wait to see what they're cooking up next. I do have to admit, the nostalgia or just the excitement you had when you saw this pair of shoes. I walked into like resale stores and I saw the Air Jordan 1 Chicago and I couldn't believe my eyes. It was so exciting, but now reflecting back onto it, like retrospectively, I'm not happy that I thought like that, but I still can't take away the rush I felt seeing this. And if I imagined owning these Maybe I would wear them for better reasons than most people did, but there was still some positives we have to take out of that time. First of all, it was necessary to evolve. Second of all, it still had their good parts. So this is not the biggest hating video ever. It's just more of a reflection on what happened, and we're on a good path. I'm wearing shoes like this right now. Clearman suede beige things. Didn't own anything else than sneakers 5 years ago, so I guess that is an evolution. Well, this is basically the end of the video. My thoughts are all expressed. I hope your food was good, and now you can turn it off. Just leave a like first. Thank you.